Welcome back to Box Office Breakdown. We're going to talk about this whole past week movies, but mostly we're going to talk about the upcoming Juggernaut.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the Schmoes Know. This is Box Office Breakdown.
Oh, there we go.
Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
I thought we were
All right,
starting.
yeah, there
I was
we
like,
go.
we came on, we were live so quickly.
I just proposed to Sarah. She's thinking about
ring.
putting on the ring.
Yeah, we are live, right?
Not really too sure if she wants
This
to do
ring
that
I
just yet.
made myself.
Where'd you make it?
Out of wire.
In the comfort of your own home?
I made it a long time ago. So I think I made it in the comfort of my parents' home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that clear nail polish you have on?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like when girls go
I've got
clear
rings,
like that.
I've got clear nail polish. It's just a whole
I
new
just don't.
league.
I don't like when girls go crazy with the nail polish. It's
You
not
don't
my
like
thing.
the crazy talons?
No, I don't like red.
But
I don't
can you
like
imagine,
red nail
the,
polish.
What
I
about
don't
like
like
the
red
back
lipstick.
scratches?
Yeah, those are good, but not with red. Not
And
with
now
red
they have
nail
like
polish.
the pointy nails that look like teeth.
Yeah.
You seen those
well,
ones?
I
know,
mean, my back looks like Rambo when he, he took off his shirt in Rambo 1.
Rainbow too. You
Yeah,
won.
exactly.
Well, listen, here's the deal. Like, I understand girl puts nail polish on her fingers, but I don't get the toes. I never looked at girls' toes and where's the nail
Tarantino
polish?
may beg to differ. I mean,
Well,
Yeah,
are you saying
Tarantino.
that? Are you saying that they should or shouldn't have?
I
nail
don't think
polish
they
on toes?
need to. I think a lot of things girls do this.
Yeah, but
really
that was-
I
unnecessary
think
for
when
us
I was
guys.
like 6, my uncle told me that I have to always have nail polish on my toes,
That's
and
crazy.
now I always have.
Unless the
think-
guy
I
has
don't
a
know
foot
why
fetish.
he told me that.
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
Well, it
have
is.
shoes on
It's
accident.
the finishing touches of the nail polish people do.
I actually do think my feet look better when there's nail polish on them.
Okay, interesting.
I have a great pair of feet. Like
Toes are kinda
multiple
weird.
girls have said that.
I feel the same thing with shoes. Girls buy shoes to impress other girls.
I
I've
buy
never-
shoes to impress myself.
Yeah, in your friends. A guy has never said, "Look at those girl shoes."
No, I buy shoes to to impress the upper echelon of society.
Yeah.
Because obviously I wear Gucci all the time.
He
Yeah,
does.
vintage though, and custom made.
I buy shoes because it makes you feel a certain way. Like when I wear those boots that have that giant
Okay.
heel on them, I just feel like anyone messes with me, I could break their toes.
I also
really
do
easily.
My first thing I look at is a girl's face and hair. Then
Face
immediately,
and hair. Okay.
Then immediately I
That's
go.
usually what you would look at when you look at somebody.
No, I know guys who look at the ass.
This
They
is
don't even care what
very
a face looks like.
movie-tailored conversation.
Yeah.
that
No,
we're
it-
having
it's
here.
gonna
This
lead
is
into something, though.
completely about
Alright.
Then I'll look at her
movies and
shoes. If she's wearing a
numbers.
pair of busted up sneakers, I'm done. Just saying. Let's go.
Let's new show, lifestyle breakdown. We're just gonna break down life and style.
We're gonna talk about what is worth looking at, what not. We could relate to that to girls' superhero costumes, guys' superhero costumes,
Yeah.
but maybe we'll leave that for next week.
Ah,
Instead, we'll get
Catwoman
into.
one-piece Catwoman suits
Yeah.
on anybody.
What about the whole leotard thing going on right now?
Yeah. I mean,
He's like,
I've already
yeah.
said this. I've said it. I mean, if yoga pants were out of the picture, might as well just ice myself. Might as well just slit my throat.
Jesus.
That's the kind of stuff
fine.
I need. Side boobs
All
I can
right.
deal without, but
I
yoga
still
pants
want to
I
make.
need.
I still want to make a movie about the guy that invented yoga pants, and I want to star you. It's like a biopic.
Yeah, I could do it.
It's kind of like Joy with Jennifer Lawrence.
Well,
she made the
I
mop.
know who he is. He's my grandpa.
If you made that
He owned
movie,
a bowling alley.
if you made that movie, it would probably make a lot more
A
money
lot of bending
than.
over to pull it out.
That's it. That's true.
Sorry.
And the
Still
spandex.
going?
Sorry, go
Are you
ahead.
still going?
Sorry.
Are you still
Go
just
ahead.
on and on and on?
Sorry, we just work together well.
Yeah.
No, we are going to talk about this past weekend, which, in my opinion, was pretty disappointing in
Well, for some
the
movies.
numbers
Mm-hmm.
arena. Let's start, because we don't have too much to talk about, starting from number 10. Because we go up from Criminal, then we see Batman vs. Superman coming in at number
Still
9
on
this
team.
week. It is in its 6th week.
Mm-hmm.
It brought in $3.8 million. The Boss beating it, still 4.2.
Boss Turner.
Then we have newcomer Ratchet and Clank,
Oh, Clank, all right.
4.8.
He clanked hard.
Clanked all right.
Did not
So
not
simple,
get
it's
there.
so funny.
It's behind Zootopia, which was in its 9th week.
Wow.
That still brought in 5.3, and then we're finally at our top 5. So Barbershop, the next cut, making it in there with $6 million, dropping
too shabby.
42%.
If that get to 50,
that's
that's
not the
a
worst
good
drop.
deal on that.
42%, not too
That's
bad.
a small budget.
Mother's Day, $8 million. Remember, this is a movie stuffed with stars.
Stuffed is a little.
If I'm not
fine.
mistaken, I think Valentine's Day was the first one, right?
It's this whole formula.
Yeah, but the
that's
first
come
one
up. You're
opened.
right.
It was either Valentine's
Well,
or
Love Actually was the one that started that trend, and then this is America kind of took that trend and did Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve.
Well, one of
And
them
it
made
started-
56 million opening
Yes, the
weekend.
first one.
And I think that was Valentine's Day.
Probably. And also, have you heard the rumors this weekend that Julia Roberts made $4 million for like
No, $3
$3 million for 4 days.
4 days of shooting, which comes out to $750,000 a day.
So look at
That's not
and
too
this
shabby.
movie only made $8 million. It made half the opening weekend. It only made half of what she basically made.
This, I mean,
Not even half,
the
double.
first one went from 56 to 13. This one went to 8. They're gonna put out Father's Day. It's gonna go
not gonna
straight
come
to
out-
DVD.
No. It's
First of
done.
all,
They've already
Father's
put out Father's
yeah,
Day.
it's with
Yeah.
Robin Williams and Billy Crystal. That was a good movie and great cameo by Mel Gibson in that.
You know
movie.
And
that-
Sugar
that-
Ray. Can't forget about Sugar Ray.
Yep, Sugar
That's
Ray
true.
was in it.
That photo right there is crop. They were never together on the set at all.
Oh, it was
That's not even a scene in the movie.
Kinda
It's just
like-
that's a one sheet.
kind of like the
They were
rumor.
never together in the movie at all.
Is that a
You're
rumor or
talking
true?
about Julia Roberts and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, never were in the same scene.
Says who?
They were in the
Where'd
same
you get
scene.
your information?
Listen, they were in the same scene talking like that, but they
Uh-huh.
were talking to different actors, and it's never a
They were
two-shot.
talking to stand-ins.
Yes.
The rumor was that
That's
was the same deal in Heat.
Yeah.
De Niro
Well,
and Pacino.
most of the time it is.
But that was a rumor though.
Yeah.
Who told you this?
It doesn't make a difference who told me it.
I don't know if I believe you.
Some back alley Hollywood cats told
Yeah,
him.
I don't. Look it up. It's true.
Number 3, Keanu. JT, you're gonna have to be
Yeah.
our person on this one.
I
Brought
enjoyed
in
this movie.
9.4 million. Had the 15.
I was way off.
$15 million budget. I was off too. I really thought that it could pull more than this.
By
had
the
this-
way, I
had this
did
at
say-
17, 18. I thought the world was ready for a comedy.
I did say Mother's Day was going to tank. I think I predicted I predicted 8
We
million.
all
were like,
thought Mother's Day was going
we
to
had
be
like
On
11 and 12.
Schmoes, I predicted 8
Has
million.
Dylan showed up? I mean, where is that guy?
Oh,
Do we know
Dylan?
who won last week?
I don't know. He said it's not going to start this week. It's going to start the week of Captain America. So when we come back next Monday,
No, I
when
thought this
all
was the
those
week of
games
Captain
start.
America. We're talking about Captain
We're
America
talking,
this
but
week.
it hasn't come out yet.
That's true.
Yeah, no, but Mother's
What's he
Day.
doing? Still in a bender? Was he in rehab or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just
Come on,
He's
I love
in
Dylan.
that guy.
school.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Working hard.
Keanu, I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. A lot of people are complaining that it was kind of one joke, and it is kind of one joke, but they always find ways to make that one joke funny throughout the film. There's some great, there's not huge cameos, but there are some funny cameos in the movie. Yeah, and I just, listen, when I go see a comedy like that, I just want to laugh for an hour and a half, and I laughed for an hour and a half. So for me, it's like,
Besides your very low energy on the
Yeah.
subject, it sounds like you really liked
it's
it.
a perfect matinee movie. But if you did
Okay.
pay full price, I think depending on how much you like those two guys, it'll be worth the money or not.
All right.
I give it a thumbs up. Put it that way.
I was going to see it, but I decided to stay home and watch Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise.
Oh well, then you won.
I did.
That movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
I also debated seeing this, but like this was the one I wanted to
You
go
should see
out and
it.
see, but I just didn't make the time for it. Coming in at number
'cause you were
2,
making stuff.
The Huntsman Winter's War.
no one thought this was gonna be there.
9.6, dropped 50%. I thought this was going to drop like 60,
Yeah, me too.
70% from the horrible reviews. Dropped 50%.
Still, it sucks.
I think with the Jungle
50%.
Book and Captain America, people are in that big summer blockbuster mode already.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe that's why it stayed strong. I mean, not strong. It still dropped a lot, but we all thought this was going to drop to like 3 or 4.
They're gearing up
I mean-
for Civil War.
Yeah.
It has only made $34 million domestically on a $115
Mm. Do you have
million.
the international so far? I think it's 100 something, right?
I don't have it. I could pull it up in a
Overall,
minute, but
we're not seeing a third. Huntsman.
Here's the reason why I think it made a little more money than we expected, is because people were still seeing Jungle Book the week before when this
Yep.
opened. So they're probably like, look, we want to see Huntsman. We still want to see Jungle Book. So let's go see Jungle Book, and we'll see Huntsman next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened
Well,
here.
let's look at Jungle Book.
and Jungle Book only dropping 29%, bringing in $43 million.
Well, Disney's going to be 1 and 2 next week. That's for damn
Let
sure.
me tell you, I think Jungle Book, if they got 42 million or opening weekend, they wouldn't have been that bad. They wouldn't have felt
43.
Yeah,
This is-
they
so
would
it
feel
actually-
okay.
Yeah.
So
And this
we-
is their third week.
yeah, with the
That's
actuals,
crazy.
it's 43.7.
Yep.
So tons of money there. Doing a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see all of these weeks' debuts? again, Ratchet and Clank not even making it. Mother's Day, Keanu.
Yeah.
There's only one
It's
big
all-
movie coming out.
Ratchet and Clank at $4 million.
That's pretty bad.
In 2,900 theaters. Holy Jesus.
That's less than 2,000.
I mean, the
per
boss
theater.
just it made a couple of $100,000 less than that.
Yeah.
And it's been out for 6
But
weeks.
did you guys feel like there was a lot of marketing for Ratchet and Clank? It's not.
No, there wasn't.
I don't think I
Yeah.
would have known if there was, because I
Yeah.
don't think that I watch
Yeah.
the avenues on which it should be marketed.
Well, the game
Like, I
came
don't
out.
watch
Yeah.
kids' TV.
I think the kids that do like Ratchet and Clank saw the commercial, just thought it was the game, and the game came out 2 weeks before the movie, so they just went and bought the game. I don't. This didn't have like a Disney push. Disney, when they have an animated
Right.
film comes out or DreamWorks, they're full tilt. They're pushing it everywhere.
Focus should
It's
stick to indie dramas.
And this thing, the only time I've seen like stuff for Ratchet and Clank was like online ads and stuff. I never saw a trailer for it on TV.
I don't know
I
what
never
the
saw
budget was, but
anything.
that's a
Never saw
tank job.
anything.
Well,
P&R is a big deal, especially with kids movies. And
Absolutely.
I think that shows you need to have a big PR push when it comes to animated films.
Yeah, 100%.
it also helps to have something like Disney or
Yeah, that's what I'm
Pixar
saying.
or
If it was-
someone behind
If this
you.
same movie came out and Disney released it and they pushed it, it would have been like a $30 million movie.
Even more.
Yeah.
Well, the
But we
greatest
did
disappointment I
Zootopia
think of
money.
the
But they
weekend,
wouldn't- they
definitely,
wouldn't-
even though Ratchet and Clank didn't do good, I still think it goes to Mother's Day. I'm still going to give that one the biggest
Yeah,
thumbs
Yes,
down.
I'm with you on that
That's
one.
the real Clank.
I heard Ratchet and Clank is not that bad like for a kids movie, and Keanu was fine. Mother's Day looked horrible by every standard.
I just thought Keanu would make a little more money in this kind of realm here. And now it's just going to get totally crushed.
You thought with there's that whole cat angle, which I was really curious to see if that would. equal.
You know what it is? It's Warner
Cats
Brothers.
love- people love
Whoever's
cats.
running marketing at Warner Brothers is a complete idiot. On half of these things, everything they do is terrible. Like, what is going on with these guys? Do they not market a film?
I don't know what to tell
Well,
you.
we'll have to see. This
I
weekend,
know who these people
overall,
are, and they should be fired. This is
Besides
terrible.
Jungle Book, everything just was kind of lackluster this weekend
Yep.
compared to last year, the
was
weekend
last year?
of May 1st through 3rd. Avengers: Age of Ultron did open.
Yeah.
So
we're a week
that
removed
came
from that.
out May 1st, and it made 191. You still had Furious 7 in theaters, and it was in
Oh,
its
man.
5th week, but still gaining number 2.
That's right.
Age of Adeline had come out the week before. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2
Yeah.
The
had come
best.
out. Home, the animated feature, Cinderella, and then number 7 went to Ex Machina, which
God,
was.
I remember being
so
on a show
bad.
talking about Age of Ultron. You guys remember that? Just like it was yesterday.
Yes.
We were just sitting in the same.
I mean, what are we
That's
coming up
talking-
2 years in this show?
It was.
I mean, look, Captain America: Civil War could open up on February 31st and still make $300 million.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not even a real date.
Marvel. You can release a movie. I think even Batman Superman proved you can release a movie anytime now as long as you're
It doesn't
bringing
make
up
a
property.
difference, right?
It's gonna make
Well,
that
look
money.
at Deadpool.
And we'll get talking into
Yeah,
how
Deadpool,
much this
yeah.
made. But let's talk a little bit about the international numbers, because
international.
Favorite.
I feel like the U.S. has just been lagging on all of our releases. Week after week, we are just hearing that these big blockbusters or bigger budget movies are being released overseas before they are being released here. And
Yep.
once again, we have another case because Civil War dominated the foreign box office, debuting to a massive $200.2 million in its first weekend overseas release and kicking off
That's not
officially
even
the
with China.
summer movie season. Yes, that does not include China.
Jeez Louise.
Which is pretty hard to believe.
The
I mean,
Disney
this thing's
and
doing $2 billion easy.
it's some of its strongest markets we will get into, but the Disney and Marvel superhero adventure is performing less like a sequel to the Star Spangled Heroes films and more like another installment of the Avengers franchise, which I agree because I think that's kind of how they've been
listen,
advertising it.
I saw the movie. It feels like an Avenger movie.
It looks like an Avenger movie. They've
Yeah.
been marketing
It
it,
should
like an
be an
Avenger,
Avenger
movie.
movie.
You see the posters, and it's still like, which character do you like best? It's all about who they've included. Anyway, it opens domestically on May 6th, which also, I believe, when it opens in China, when it is expected to make nearly $200 million. Yes, its
gonna be $1 billion in, like, a
gargantuan
week.
foreign debut comes
Easily.
from 37 major territories, representing approximately 63% of the international marketplace. The film played well in premium formats, with IMAX responsible for $9.6 million,
Wow.
which is where basically almost all of our movies opened this week domestically, of the foreign box office haul. The opening is only 5% behind Avengers: Age of Ultron and is outpacing Iron Man 3 and the Avengers by 26%.
Jesus.
Among-
Gargantuan. That's a great word in here.
Among the most significant contributors were Korea with 28.9
Kim
million.
Jong, he loves that place.
South Korea.
South
Also
Korea.
reading a little bit more about that, it, I believe, is the highest grossing, I want to say, Marvel movie ever
South
to
Korea?
be in
Well, listen, what
Korea.
is
Let's
Mexico
see.
with $20 million?
Let me
Let's
ask
see.
you this: what is South Korea immediately next to?
North Korea?
Is that a civil war? You would say?
Wow, that is a civil war.
I think we know why it got the most.
Coming
Korean opening.
Guys like Kim Jong would just be like, he'll buy it every single theater. He has $1 billion. He could just be like, hey, buy it every theater. Tell him it's on me. We need let's get a big draw here. Let's do $28.9 million.
Let's make it
I
that.
usually bet that on basketball games on the week anyway.
Specifically about Korea from the source Variety, Disney's Captain America Civil War opened in almost 2,000 screens on Wednesday there.
In South Korea?
Yes. It just says, on this, it just says Korea, but yes. And it accounted for 91% of their
difference.
total weekend box office. 91%.
Mexico
It is
with
the
20.6
biggest-
million is a lot of money.
We're
Real
not
quick,
there
guys.
yet.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
the biggest. Go ahead.
South Korea, I believe the South Koreans they use blue as their main color, red for the North Korean.
Yeah, that's correct.
Captain America, blue mostly.
Whoa.
Iron Man mostly red.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Bloods usually wear red.
We're gonna
and the Crips
stop
wear blue
Oh,
this
as
this
well.
is huge
conversation.
Compton.
You might need to
Yeah.
mute them in a minute.
Robert Griffin,
We're gonna go back.
Yeah, Robert Griffin.
RB3.
Yeah, RB3.
Although
He's from
I
Compton.
love
He's the
all
best.
the just
Sorry.
supposing you're doing over here, I'm going to get into some
Science of box
actual
office.
We're just on a
facts.
speculation tip right now.
It is the biggest non-Korean opening and the biggest Marvel opening in history for the country, narrowly ahead of the Avengers: Age of Ultron. So it has. There's more about Zootopia was third in Korea, but doing really well. And yes, as you said, Mexico came in for 20.6
That must be
million.
That must mean the drug dealers are out of there now.
Well, there's a big civil war between the government and the drug dealers.
Yeah, but somebody's going to
Are
see
you just
movies
going to
over there.
relate the title to every country?
Yep.
All right.
I'm happy
the
for
United
Mexico. They're doing well over there.
Kingdom
I gotta
with
visit there.
20.5 million. Brazil with 12.3.
Jesus.
And Australia with 10.9.
These are astronomical numbers for
Yes.
foreign.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
Brazil and Mexico opening set a new industry high, as did
See?
the film's 7.5 million kickoff
the
in
Philippines?
Philippines.
What?
Yes.
That was all backed by Manny Pacquiao's
Yeah,
posse.
I was about to say.
He's got like 30,000 people in his posse, so they probably all went to see it. So that equals 7.5
I'm pretty sure they're
million.
convinced that Pacquiao plays Ant-Man
He might.
underneath that suit. I
This,
think that's how
this,
they're selling it.
this movie's going to do $2 billion worldwide, two plus.
Yeah, we'll have to
Let's not
keep
get
track
crazy.
on
Star Wars
how,
didn't do that.
how
This is
quickly
good. Yeah,
we
but
hit
that did
$1 billion.
900 because Star Wars didn't do that well overseas.
Overseas, China, they don't like space. That's right.
No.
We will
This
see.
thing is gonna do
All
$2 billion.
With both The Jungle Book, 57.1 million, and Zootopia, 8.3 million, continuing their international swings, The Mouse roared this frame. What does that mean?
That's
You know what that means.
the frame of the box office.
The Mouse roared this frame with the top 3 studio pictures at the offshore box office, accounting for $265.6 million. China's Book of Love landed just below Jungle Book on the over. We'll get into it in a
Hold the
second.
horses.
On the overall chart with an estimated $51 million for the follow-up to Finding Mr. Right, which forms part of the Beijing meets Seattle franchise. What did you now
There's
have
so
to say
much
about China?
So much to take in right here.
There's so much.
China's Book of Love.
Yes.
What's that entail?
It
I
is.
know.
It's a romantic comedy.
Of course it is.
And it is, I can tell you, I think a little bit about it. It's the third movie of this certain person,
trilogy.
I think. It's XUE, third movie after surprise debut of Ocean Heaven, which starred Jet Li in a wholly dramatic role, and romance Finding Mr. Right, which was a smash hit in 2013. Book of Love is a partial sequel to Finding Mr. Right, and that it reemploys the same 2 leads, but it's a different story. So
Beijing meets Seattle? Like,
that's what it says.
well, I know there's a lot of Chinese people in Seattle, but is that what they were talking about?
I feel like maybe it's
I
like,
don't know what's happening.
isn't there like a romance movie about Seattle?
Yeah,
Sleep
when
in
Harry meets
Seattle.
Seattle. When Harry
Maybe
meets
it's
Sally.
something like that.
Oh, and Beijing
I
people,
really
they
don't
work
know.
24/7 around the clock.
They
have
work-
one of
yeah.
some of the best work ethics.
They only
in the
get
in the
1 hour.
world.
They only get 1 hour off a week.
So they're sleepless in Seattle. They're working 24/7.
Yeah, I agree with
Got
that.
it.
Yeah, it's like gung ho.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, But I believe the main lead was also
Those are
in
Japanese,
the
though.
female lead of this movie was also in Monster Hunt.
Oh, there you go.
And I guess she's
well,
like a
there's your
love
answer.
Chinese.
There's your answer.
That thing made $40 billion.
Who knows?
God.
But
Printing money over
so
there.
this is what's going
I
on,
love
and
those
soon
guys.
I'm sure we'll see what China's numbers are when they debut.
I think we should.
Civil War
I think we should
sometime
open a
we do.
second show called Chinese Box Office Breakdown.
Yeah.
We'll do this every Monday, and we'll
Yeah.
do every Sunday Chinese Box.
I'm going to see
Breakdown.
if I'm going to put a petition into AfterBuzz to see if they'll, flash out to Beijing,
Yeah.
all three of us, and we'll do a show via Beijing in the jungle, and or wherever we
Wherever
could
they
do
want
it.
to do it.
Yeah, wherever.
Let's do a South
I
Korea.
know.
Wherever we can.
Well, let me call Wayne. I'll call Wayne.
Call it.
You do right. So that is our international numbers for this
Yep.
past weekend. Let's get into an international game.
Okay.
We just got to go when the smog's not there.
Let's hit the
Bring
cue.
out the Rosetta Stone because it's time for
Turn it up.
the international title game.
Al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una revolución no los queremos.
You were mining and you found a precious stone.
I created a ring.
Ooh.
I was
I
Finstock.
got this.
That was close enough.
I got this.
And what did I do with the ring?
You placed it.
Finstock placed it
Oh.
onto your finger.
I kind of thought it was like a diamond.
That's my
ring,
dream
but
come
you're
true.
like
Whatever
putting
that
it
is.
into the ring. That is a
My dream come
that is
true.
the shape of a diamond, but with no diamond.
That's a promise. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's a promise
There
ring.
might be a diamond there one day.
That's what we
all
did.
it
Yeah,
is.
maybe.
It's just an empty hole where a diamond
Well, it's
should
hot.
be.
You put a little tattoo in there and figure it out.
Oh, tattoo of a diamond right in the middle.
Nah, a tattoo of my eye color. Yeah.
Just a little tattoo of you, just right in the
Little
center. Just a
Finstock
little
face.
I know a
face.
girl who could do that stuff. She used to paint the set of the Lion King on people's fingernails.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was pretty
crazy.
amazing.
We'll continue with your game, please.
Let's do this. What are we playing?
Foreign movie title game. 4 titles from the People's Republic.
Of course.
And the guy we're talking about today is not Chris Evans.
Oh, okay.
not Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, no.
It's not Scarlett Johansson. It's not the other guy, or the other guy, or the other guy.
There's a lot of guys in there.
It's Don Cheadle,
Oh, Don Cheadle. Okay.
who's one of my favorite actors.
Oh, really? Don
Yeah.
Cheadle, huh?
Yeah.
He was good in Crash.
No, his best movie he ever did, and I'm sure a lot of people
Oh,
could
was it the
attest to this.
basketball movie? Yeah.
The Earl of Gold Manigault story.
What was it
on,
called?
HBO. It was called Rebound.
Yes. Isn't it amazing?
Fantastic movie.
Isn't
I've
it
never
amazing
seen this
that I
movie.
knew that you were going to say
yeah,
that before?
it's
You
a
guys are just
fantastic
so
film.
together
I
today.
just
You're
know him
just
so well.
showing-
Forrest Whitaker was
you're
in it.
showing your
Yeah.
bond.
It was an HBO film. It was fantastic.
was, yeah.
The guy used to jump up from and then pick a quarter off the top of the backboard. He could jump out of the
Amazing.
gym.
So,
Amazing
so
talent.
I knew you were going there as soon as you started talking.
He's a playground legend.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that's my email. Playground legend. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what it's
Fantastic.
at.
What is the
Anyway,
game?
that being said,
Playground legend at
playground legend at
AshleyMadison.com.
maybe.
Once again, not the game.
Here we go.
Not
Don
the
Cheadle.
game.
At AshleyMadison.com.
I had to throw this in there because Sean Penn's in it, and Don Cheadle made an uncredited appearance as a gang member. Colors,
Oh, old school with Robert Duvall.
All right.
amazing.
Great.
Sean
he was
Penn
in
was the
that.
best.
Chappelle's in it? Not Chappelle, sorry.
Getting
Cheadle.
confused?
Cheadle.
Color, rattlesnake. Color rattlesnake.
Okay, color rattlesnake. Got it. Not too bad.
He smiled while he said that.
He did.
Brooklyn's Finest.
Yeah, okay.
You know the movie with
Yep.
Fuqua
Ethan Hawke.
directed it. Whatever.
Yeah, this is Training Day
Cat,
2.0.
the guy who was running like a toll booth in Brooklyn wrote it.
Oh, really?
Evil Night Special.
Evil Night Special.
Evil Night Special.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Rosewood.
Oh,
Okay.
what a movie that is.
You know, it's hardcore.
It's hardcore.
It's the homie
John Voight.
Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames, yeah.
Yeah.
Good movie, actually. John Singleton directed it.
Big Black. Big Black.
Oh, just Big Black.
Just
okay.
Big Black. You know China.
Was it John Singleton or the Hugh brothers? I can't remember.
It wasn't the Hughes brothers.
It was
Well,
Singleton?
yeah, maybe it was.
What do you need?
I'm sorry.
Rosewood?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it was Singleton.
It was Singleton, okay.
Yeah, because it was. It was
It was Singleton.
Okay.
Because
so
it was
I'm
the
sure.
Hughes brothers. It would have been
It's
good.
a good movie,
It was
man.
Singleton.
Mission to Mars.
Oh, yeah.
A little unknown movie that he did.
Gary Sinise.
Mars. Anyone.
Mars, anyone?
I've
Mars,
not
anyone?
seen a lot of these movies.
I've seen them all.
So Colors you should watch immediately.
Yeah, Sean Penn, Robert Duvall.
Color.
Did you already say?
Well, I'm gonna do it again.
Just do them all real
I'm
quick.
down again.
Okay.
You jumping the gun?
That's usually what happens. You
No,
guys-
now you know what she's doing. She's staring into my.
Yeah, she's trying to read you.
Yeah, she's trying to read me a little bit.
Okay.
Colors. Color Rattlesnake. Brooklyn's Finest. Good movie. A little long, but good. Evil Night Special.
Are you trying to keep a straight face?
No.
I think you are.
Rosewood. Big. Black. Mission to Mars. Mars. Anyone. No question mark.
This is tough.
Just Mars. Anyone. No question mark. It's not like Mars. Anyone.
This is tough.
Go ahead.
I don't know about this one. I'll let you go first. You seem to have a read on this one. I don't know.
Yeah, she
I'm
thinks she's
trying.
reading me.
I'm trying. I really thought I got it
Okay.
with the first crack smile.
Okay. What do you think?
What was the first one?
Color Rattlesnake.
What was the third one?
Big Black.
Big Black.
Darn.
Yeah. You guess.
That's tough. I want to say.
Were you playing with
One.
Were you playing with glitter today?
No.
You have some glitter on you.
I'm
really?
thinking one too because
I like it though. It looks good.
If you're gonna go with one,
I don't know because I don't.
are you gonna go with
I
one?
think so because I don't know where Rattlesnake would come from in that title, but
I'm probably going with. Are you gonna go with
I'm
one?
gonna go Big Black.
Okay, I'm going with one then. Color Rattlesnake.
Let's let the engineer. What are you going with, man?
I'm going with number 2.
It's
Which
his
is-
birthday. He probably has
that's
birthday
true.
luck.
What's number 2 again?
Brooklyn's Finest or whatever.
Yeah, Evil Night Special.
That could be it too. Yeah, that's a good guess. One of us, right?
Yeah.
All right, and
Somebody is.
eliminate one of us.
The engineer's eliminated. It's called
Ooh.
Evil Night Special.
Sorry, no birthday luck today.
It's between me and Sarah. I think it's
Although
me
we had a
because
good Rocky
usually-
Road cake out there.
I think I'm going to win this because he usually, if I'm wrong,
kicks you
he'll
out
eliminate
first.
me right away.
That's typically true.
And now the answer is Color Rattlesnake.
So
Damn it.
good.
That's the first time you've won in a really long time.
She read you from the get-go.
Yeah.
She saw it right from the get-go.
I think she notices it. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she's caught on again.
Damn it.
I think she might be
I was
reading me
thinking
again.
it was that one too, but
It was the ring. It was the
You lose
promise.
because you've never seen Colors.
oh,
That's true.
good point.
That's probably
Very
true.
harsh.
You should watch that,
Yeah.
Like, okay,
About
I'm
LA
sorry,
cops
but
and
I
LA
haven't seen it.
gangs.
but don't watch it like. Well, you met Sean Penn once, right?
Yeah, she
Yes.
did.
You should have been like, "Hey, Sean, you want to watch Colors with me?" He would have been like,
I'll
he
prepare
would
that
have
for
been
the
right
next.
he would have been right over your house,
For the
and
next
Roxy would have
time
been
I see
serving
him,
dinner.
that is what I will say. I will just. That's the only thing I will say. I will not say hi. I will
what I
just
did.
say,
See
"Do you
him
wanna watch
again.
this
You
movie?"
call me and Tom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yay! I won.
He's the best.
And you
Yes.
also have our top 5 grossing list because
Yeah,
it's
this is a
still with
new-
your favorite
Yeah,
person.
Chapo.
Yeah, we're gonna do this.
Who we doing?
We're doing Don Cheadle. Don
Sorry.
Cheadle.
I don't know if
Cheadle.
you can handle the pressure.
Cheadle.
Come on, please. So we're not doing his. We're doing his top 5, but we're not doing his top 5.
We're taking out the franchise.
Franchise.
We're doing
movies.
your.
Well, he's in every
top
Captain
5.
America. He's in every
Yeah.
Marvel movie.
So we're
He's
taking
in
Marvel
every
out of it.
Ocean's 11. Those obviously are going to dominate the box
So we're
office.
eliminating the Marvel and
So we're going
Oceans.
to talk about some real movies. Obviously, Rebound didn't make the box office because
It
it's
was
an
an
HBO,
HBO
movie,
movie,
but
yep.
it should be up there, which was fantastic.
Yep.
It's better than any hood movie I've seen in
I
a
feel
long
like our
time. Actually, I'm going to go
top
home and
list-
watch
top
that again.
5 lists to just turn into. What do I?
Did you say
feel like?
topless?
No, I said top 5 list.
Oh, I thought you said topless.
No,
My
I
mind's
said-
in the gutter. All right.
Let's go. It's number
That
5.
being said, number 5, Colors.
Oh, okay. Well, we just talked
Another
about
thing
that.
I can't.
$97
talk about.
million.
So that's my homework assignment.
97 million?
$97
That's
million.
really good.
I-
That must be inflation.
No, that wasn't inflation.
Wow, did that well.
So I have
Was
my
this-
homework.
Well,
See this
crushed
movie.
because that's
Got
when
it.
That's when Ice-T was out. That's
Yeah.
when NWA was out. Everybody wanted
point.
to see what it was. Rodney King riots and all this other stuff. But it was before that. What am I talking about?
Yeah, it's
but
before.
LA
It was
cops
80s.
were still not
Yeah,
kosher. And they got exposed during Rodney King riots.
True.
You know, the producer Robert H. Solo. You know, not to be confused
1988.
with his brother Han Solo. Hired real gang members as guardians, as well as actors.
you know who else did something like that?
2 of them were shot during filming and obviously
wow.
had to be
Had
replaced.
to be replaced, of
Yeah.
course. Well, there was no shortage of gang members that time.
No,
I don't
there's a
think it was a
zillion of
problem.
them.
You know who also did something very similar to that? Sylvester Stallone, while filming the movie Lockup, used real prisoners for the prison scenes.
Yeah, from Rahway, New Jersey.
Yeah. Just wanted to bring it back, Sly. All right.
Make those connections.
Well, we always make the pen stolen connection.
I feel like next week I'm gonna have to separate you two by like at least 2 feet.
Well, if you want to sit in the middle of us, it's fine with me.
What's next?
But one of you on the couch.
The next one is Flight.
Oh, I never saw Flight.
$99
Flight?
million.
Denzel? John Goodman?
I liked it.
That's
It was
don't
it was
remember
it was
You
a
liked it?
Denzel tour de force. Yes,
It's when
but
the
John
plane
Goodman was
upside
great
down.
in it as
I
well.
love
I only
John
remember two
Goodman.
people in the movie.
Oh, who doesn't love John Goodman?
I only remember Denzel and John Goodman in the movie. Nobody else
You
was
don't
in
remember
it.
Cheadle?
No, I mean nobody else was in it.
Okay.
Or, you know, he was. This is about him.
Did you see it?
But he
You
wasn't in
liked
it.
Yeah.
You like it? Okay.
Another thing I'm going to bring back to Stolen again. It took the screenwriter 10 years to write this script.
For Flight.
Yeah,
Okay.
Stallone wrote Rocky in 1 week,
Good point.
and it was
Just a
better.
side fact. It's
And
just
it was
not
better.
related.
Yeah. Good point.
It doesn't take 10 years to write a script.
It took 10 years to write a movie about a plane that could fly and crash. Stallone wrote about
But
the
that
human
also
spirit
depends.
flying.
He might have
never
written it that
stop.
fast, but how long did he think about it?
When he saw the Ali Chuck Wepner fight, I believe was when he first got the idea.
That's
So
correct.
what's
And
the
then
time?
I think it was maybe he thought about it for maybe a few months and then he wrote it.
No. It was like a couple of days.
Yeah.
He went home and wrote it in
Yeah.
a week after watching the fight.
I think you're right,
Okay.
yeah. Because Ali was
Okay.
fighting in some
Yeah.
of these.
That being said, it shouldn't take 10 years to write a script.
I won't.
And if it does, well, Stallone said it. If it takes 10 years to write a script, your script's
And
garbage.
wasn't it based on that guy who landed the plane, kind of? Remember that guy who landed? He's like, we're going in Hudson.
Sully
No.
Sullenberg.
Yeah, Sully. Who,
No,
Tom
no,
Hanks
no.
is-
It wasn't. No, it wasn't
Tom
about
Hanks
that.
is playing him though. It's not. It wasn't about it.
It was
but I
about
think
this
it was
Russian
loosely
airline
based.
that actually the guy did turn the plane around and tried to
Upside down?
put. He tried.
Yeah.
Yes, he turned it upside down and tried to get it right. But the jack screw was all jacked up, and
It's like an investigation.
obviously
and all
that
this
flight in Russia did not, make it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Sad.
Sorry for everybody
that.
that's on that flight or was on that flight or was related to people on that flight.
Okay.
The next one is Swordfish.
Swordfish.
Yes.
That's right. You played the cop.
Yep,
Hugh Jackman?
$105 million.
This was Hugh Jackman's first big role after X-Men,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Travolta when he was playing, crazy bad guys.
And it's the
crazy
first
hair.
one
Yeah.
where Halle Berry
I was waiting.
showed
I was
them
just
things.
waiting. I was
Yes.
just waiting
But
for
you know what the-
someone to bring it
But
up.
you know what the crazy part about it was? She was sweating because she was outside on the dock,
That's good.
but she wouldn't let anybody, dab her off, except for Travolta.
Oh,
She didn't trust a makeup person. Travolta was so infatuated with her breast. He was like, let me take care of this for you.
Why would you want to do that anyway, though? Like when the beer's out on a sunny day and it glistens with the beads of water,
Yeah,
it makes it more attractive.
I know. Well, that's
Okay,
Soderbergh,
before we
right?
get on a whole nother sidetrack, please keep going. I can't give him control over this list.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
have control over
This
this
is the
list.
last time.
This is your one. This
I don't know.
is,
Let the fans speak.
No, this is your one chance.
right.
I'm taking it back
the
next
next one?
week.
The next one is The Family Man. I think Cheadle played the
Oh.
robber who shot him. I think.
Did he really? That's actually the only Brett Ratner movie I enjoy.
It was actually
Besides
pretty
Rush
good.
Hour. Rush Hour's fun.
This was when Nicolas Cage was still like
Making good
Nicolas
movies,
Cage and
yeah.
like doing things, and people really believed in him.
He went in this weird 3-year transition where he was making
What?
good movies that
And
nobody
then
was
he
seeing.
went crazy, and then
Yeah, then he went nuts. I think the Weatherman was the last good one he made, and then he just went.
No, the
bananas.
last one was the Bad Lieutenant, the remake of the
That,
Harvey
he was
Keitel
already
movie.
crazy Cage by then.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
was still good.
It was
though.
good, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like the Cage that we got from
No, he was the Family Man,
Yeah.
and I think it had.
Lord of War is really good. That came around that
When
time
was
too.
what time was what year was the Family Man?
I'm looking.
I think it had the big song in it from Iris. Didn't it have the Iris song from.
Never heard of Iris.
Yeah, it's a song called Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. I think that was the Family Man.
It's a reverse. What's that famous?
That was the Angels movie.
That was
Family
the Angels movie. You're
Man
right,
was
City
James.
of Angels.
You're right, James.
2000.
Yeah, with Meg Ryan.
It's a
How goofy is that with that?
It's a
Well,
remake.
they're-
It's a remake of Wonderful Life. We're not going to talk about
but
that.
it's like a reverse style.
Favorite
Right,
Nick
exactly.
Cage movie, Trapped in Paradise, with him and John Lovett.
Hell yeah, Dana Carvey.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Trapped in Paradise is a good movie. Oh, I haven't seen it since theaters actually, but
And
was
number one, Traffic.
ooh
Okay,
yes,
I figured.
that's a big one. Oscar winner.
$188 million.
Mm-hmm. I did not love that movie.
I think it's I'm on record saying it's the most overrated Best Picture winner of all time.
What did it win against? Does anyone remember?
Ooh, it was definitely maybe a weaker year.
It was definitely a weak year. That was
But I remember I was rooting for something else. It was Lost. I think it was the same year as Lost in Translation. I could be wrong.
Oh, I will
it
try and
No,
find
because
it.
that's the year's Sean Penn won for Mystic River,
well, of course.
which you can't argue that. But
Is that my daughter?
was that the year Traffic?
I'm looking. Gosh.
I mean, here's the thing with Traffic. It's a lot of it is very much like genre cops and robbers stuff that we've all seen before. It was just shot in a more artistic way.
Benicio del Toro didn't even speak one line of English and won an Oscar.
Wait,
Not saying it's a bad thing, but
what year was hold
Traffic?
Traffic was like
2000s.
yeah.
It was early 2000s.
and maybe
Hold
even
on.
99.
What's wrong?
on? Nothing. Keep going.
Okay.
I think Traffic might have
I
even
think
been
we might have
99.
misspoken, but it's taking me a while to load this. Keep going.
We've spoken about one of Best Picture.
No, about something else.
It was Topher Grace's first theatrical.
There's that scene with him and
Debut.
Michael Douglas' daughter where she's like, I want us to
Erica Christensen.
reach our climax at the same time.
That was a pretty hot scene.
It was pretty crazy.
I liked Erica Christensen. I've hit on her numerous times.
So it was in
person.
2000.
It was 2000.
It was
You guys,
2000.
it
there you
didn't
go.
win Best Picture.
Yes, it did.
I thought it did.
No, it didn't.
What-
of course
who
it
did lose
did.
to?
It won Best Actor,
Best
in
Director.
Supporting Role, Best Director, Best Writing for Screenplay, based on material previously produced or published, and Best Film Editing.
What won Best Picture
Because-
that year?
That's impossible.
Gladiator.
No. No. Traffic won Best
'Cause
Picture.
I thought it did too. Maybe we're getting confused with Best Director.
James,
I have no idea.
I'm on a computer right now. I think
Traffic
you're
won
wrong.
Best Picture.
We could be wrong, but I thought it did too. Hold on.
It was nominated for Best Picture.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong.
Am I wrong? I might be
Traffic
wrong.
won Best Picture. There's no question about that. It won 90. It won in 99 or something. There's no question about
JC,
that.
please.
I see Traffic Best Picture 2000, Best Picture Review. 2000 Academy Awards winners in history.
Yeah, one man won Best Picture.
I might be on the wrong page. Hold on.
We're getting down the story.
We're going to figure this out.
Gladiator was like 99 or 98 or something, wasn't it?
All right, so director Steven Spielberg for
Steve Gazillion,
Oh, no, yeah.
whatever his name is, wrote it.
it says actor Russell Crowe in Gladiator.
Yeah.
Year's
Maybe.
Best Picture nominees were from Electric. Gladiator won that year.
What Traffic win?
So it won Best Director.
It won Best Director.
Thank
you. I was like,
I'm crazy. For some reason I thought it won Best Picture too. So
How
I'm
did it
off.
not win Best Picture?
It won Best
because
Director.
Gladiator was out.
Yeah, Gladiator.
Something's wrong.
Well, I know Gladiator definitely won Best Picture the year.
Either way, if it would have won Best Picture, then it would have been the worst Best Picture.
I think the thing was back then, if you won Best Director, and it was almost guaranteed you would win Best Picture.
You may be
and
right.
that year he won Best Director, but yet Gladiator stole Best Picture.
But it was the same
may be
year
right.
that we had Gladiator, Chocolat, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Aaron Brockovich, and Traffic.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Sarah. You're
I
right.
Thank
apologize.
you.
I honestly thought Traffic won too. I don't know what I'm thinking. I must have been thinking the Best Director. 'Cause I'm not a big Soderbergh fan.
I thought it won Best Picture.
We're wrong, man.
I guess.
Gladiator won that year.
I guess you're right.
Michael Douglas was nominated, but he didn't win. I mean, Russell Crowe, did he win? Or no, he lost, and then he won
No,
for
Russell Crowe
Beautiful
won Best.
Mind.
No, Russell
You know
Crowe
what
won
I
Best.
think you guys are thinking about?
What? Crash?
I think you're thinking about
Well,
Crash.
I knew Crash won.
You're 100% right.
But that's what you're thinking
no,
of.
you're
No,
you're
I knew
100% right,
I knew
Sarah.
Crash won.
No, but that's
No.
what he was thinking
That's
of.
That's what I was
See?
thinking.
Okay.
Yes, that's the worst Best Picture of all
I'm
time.
just really in
Okay.
tune with myself today. I'm just
No, that was very good of you.
This is what happens when Finstock takes over the list.
Well, I mean, obviously,
Mayhem.
that's just the way it is.
okay.
It's just anarchy over here.
Well,
right.
Rebound.
Well, now that we're done with this whole list
That was a pretty
fiasco,
good list.
I'm
pretty
taking
good.
back the responsibility next week. Don't worry.
I don't know. I kind of thought
Stay
that led
with
to a
us.
pretty riveting conversation.
a pretty riveting conversation of mistakes.
A bunch of people are yelling at their screens. It was Gladiator.
I'm
That's
like,
probably
it's
true.
What? I didn't know about this. Anyway,
They just wanna hear
so
me talk a little
let's
bit.
just
They
try
wanna
and
hear
save
you
ourselves
talk.
by talking about the upcoming film Captain America coming out in the U.S. this week for its domestic release. It is going to be probably huge. To set up some expectations, off of Box Office Mojo's comic book adaptations, where we're standing out now is number one, at least for opening, still is given to Marvel's The Avengers, bringing in 2012 $207 million opening weekend.
Yeah.
Then Avengers Age of Ultron, $191. Then Iron Man 3, 174. Batman vs. Superman, 166. The Dark Knight Rises, 160, etc., etc. If you go back to the last Captain America title, which is Captain America, Winter Soldier, that came in at 95. But as we've said before, this is much more advertised as an Avengers type movie than really just a Captain America movie. So we will have to see how that goes. Also, for when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes scores up already. No, we don't have any viewers' scores, but critics are already giving it about a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is the highest, I believe, of all of the Marvel Rotten Tomatoes film ratings. You have
70% more than Batman versus Superman.
Yes,
That's true.
Ant-Man had like 80% from critics.
and this
Avengers:
thing-
Age of Ultron 75%. Guardians of the Galaxy 91. But we're at 94 right now.
This thing
it's
aired-
early, but
Critics were watching this thing. I saw it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, when you show a movie 3 weeks before it comes out in the U.S., you know they're being cocky because they know they have a home run.
Absolutely.
and
Also, real quick, the 5 top grossing Marvel films all have one thing in common: Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
other fingers.
Yes. Robert Downey Jr. Moneybags.
Yeah. Robert
Bert.
Downey.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yes, but you did bring up also the Rotten Tomato. This is
Yeah,
of course
that's the
being,
reason.
but this is being 100% all year. We've just been comparing it to DC's foot in this game.
Yeah.
The numbers are being compared. The reviews are being
Yep.
compared. So Rotten Tomatoes, the critic scores came out for if we go back to like Man of Steel, 55%. Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, 27%. Of course,
Damn,
audience
is that
scores
low?
are a lot higher.
course, yeah.
Dawn of Justice had 68%. But look how much. Yes, that movie dropped off pretty quickly for comic book adaptation as far as
Yep.
box office numbers go. But it, as JT has mentioned multiple times, the money it made isn't anything to say. It's still making money.
It doesn't make a difference. Civil War is going to make Batman and Superman's Batman versus Superman's domestic haul in 1 week, maybe 10 days, maybe.
We will
That's
see.
true.
Maybe.
It can make 300 in 2 weeks, no problem.
It's going to make
I
more
think-
than that in 2 weeks.
Here's the deal. I think it's gonna break. It's just gonna break 200 million. That's my prediction.
What's this with Batman and Superman at 325 million?
Yeah.
Let me see.
If it makes 205 this weekend,
220 a day, 25 a day past that. This will
sorry.
do 325 within
10 days.
9 days. Yeah, 10 days, no question about it.
We're at, for Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, it is 325 domestic currently. It's foreign, it's at 537. So in one weekend, Civil War foreign made 200 million without China.
Yeah.
With only 63%, I believe, of
gonna
the
do 500
foreign
million in
markets.
China.
And it's
Here's the problem.
catching up.
It's hard to compare this to DC. I know we all want to, but Marvel has made so many movies. You're bringing all that into this movie. It has a great track record. It's only had maybe like 1 or 2 duds, which even though duds make a crap load of money, I'm just talking like critically. Batman and v Superman and Man of Steel, they have 2 films. So it's hard to compare them. Now listen, you look at Marvel's first 2 films, and obviously Marvel did better out of the gate. But I understand why you want to compare them, because what's Batman v Superman? It's Batman versus Superman. We got same kind of premise here. Iron Man versus Captain America. Your 2 flagship characters kind of going at it. And I think this movie's going to make a shitload. It's just, listen, yes, it looks more like an Avenger movie. You're coming off arguably the best Marvel film in the collection. Like, I think Winter Soldier, a lot of people consider it to be the best Marvel film. Now, that wasn't Marvel's last film. They had Ant-Man before that, Age of Ultron. But Winter Soldier, this is a Captain America movie first and foremost. This Captain America.
They've also said they're introducing new characters.
New characters.
That's
Listen.
always a big draw.
They
got
got Robert
Spider-Man in there.
I was gonna say they
That's
got
what
Robert Downey
I'm
Jr.
talking about.
They got Robert Downey Jr. Who's whenever he's in one of these movies, they make a shitload. But then you throw Spider-Man in there. I mean,
Guy does 50 million on
All
his
right.
own.
So
it's unbelievable.
We normally do
Spider-Man's the biggest
a-
underroof seller of all time. No, Superman is.
We normally do a top 5 for our predictions, and we'll
Yep.
leave, of course, all of our fans to do that. If you want to send us top 5s, but I think this
Should
week,
we do a top
pretty
5?
much all we need to do is guess this number.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
Before
I
we
agree
leave
with
the
that.
show. So everyone's estimating pretty high. Again, for it to beat all of the comic book adaptations, it would have to open to over 207, which was the Marvel's The Avengers. Who knows if it could do that? And it, to beat basically what it's coming off of, technically the Winter Soldier would have to beat 95, which bye-bye to that number. How to start? Who's feeling
I feel good.
bold?
I'm going to say it's going to open with 290. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
200. I'm going to say $203 million.
All right.
Just going to break 200. It's not going to reach the first Avengers, which I think was 207, you said?
207.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to reach that, but it's going to get close.
What'd Star Wars do? 230?
Star Wars brought in
It's not
opening
ranked Star
weekend
Wars.
247. Jurassic
that's-
World, which was just last year for the summer, 208. Then 207, and then you're dropping down to Avengers: Age of Ultron at 191, and then Iron Man at 174.
I'm going to say $212 million.
Wow.
we're
He's saying
all
it's
gonna
going to take
be-
over Avengers, huh?
Yeah, I think. Well, look at the score on Rotten Tomatoes. There's this. This is the kind of Rotten Tomatoes score that gets me to go out and watch superhero movies. And
Are you
that's
gonna see
another
this this
$20
week?
million bucks. It might.
All right.
It depends.
Are you seeing it this week?
Probably.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
gets people like me to
Yeah,
think
they're-
about it.
Are you
about
going to
it.
see it again?
I do, because I saw it like 2.5 weeks ago. I feel like it's
go.
been forever. Usually when something like this comes out, I see it a lot of times at least twice in 1 week. Like, one, I can't wait to see again because there's some jaw-dropping scenes in this movie. There were scenes that were so awesome that the crowd was cheering so loud, I couldn't hear the next line of dialogue.
I think that's why I think it's going to do 212, maybe even
I'm
more.
talking just cheers and laughs, too. It's a funny movie.
If I had to take if somebody said, "Hey, 212 over under," I might even go over than that.
I might go over, yeah.
We're going to be all of us
Where
are
are you
neck and neck. I'm giving it 209.
Wow, something
Just coming over Jurassic World. I do think it could even go lower, but I tend to underestimate, so I'm gonna try and
Rotten Tomato
overestimate.
score
And
there
I'm
is-
going with Fandango. I think did a survey, and it was one of the most highly anticipated movies for the
Yeah.
entire year. Last year we
Is it Mother's Day weekend,
numbers
though?
just yes.
Yeah, but there's
That
no
might-
there's
that
no
might hurt
real
it, man.
sporting
It
events.
might.
Like there's
But
NBA
still.
playoffs, but there's nothing
But
good to
I
watch.
think it's going to take a hit Sunday
I
because of
just
Mother's
think-
Day weekend.
Typically we just have
You're not
Don't go
taking,
see that.
You're
They're
not
not gonna see
taking your
Mother's
mom
Day.
to see Captain America. Some people
might.
do. Some people do, but say there was no
well,
Mother's Day this weekend.
We will
But we are counting Thursday's
have
previews, obviously, and
to
everything.
See, so
This thing's gonna do
stay
$90
tuned.
million
Come back
on a
next
Saturday.
week. We will talk about these numbers. We will probably go see this movie so that we can kind of talk
Yeah.
about it with a little bit of
I don't think that's going to be a
freedom.
problem.
I don't think it is either. Thank you so much for watching us, for listening to us. You can find us at our Twitters. I'm at Sarah_Stretton. JT.
At Schmoes JTE, and check out my YouTube channel, JTE Movie Thinks. Civil War review is up right now.
I'm at Bob Finstock, and at Bob Finstock on Instagram. You should follow me. I'm pretty amazing.
There you go. And you all are amazing for listening to us, for rating, subscribing, for commenting, all that stuff. It keeps us going. Thank you.
Poof.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.